Welcome to Millenia. Welcome to the realm of Millenia. For I am your host, this Millenia Mailman here today. Entity of any number of the coils that you may be ye man, woman, child, spirit, creature, or demon, be ye a native migrator, or even if you are an invader into these lands, I welcome you. I welcome you wholeheartedly into the realm of Millenia. For I am your host, and I'll be world building for you long after you've already begun to acclimate and fit in. So go ahead, sit back, relax, and enjoy another Songbook Sunday. Yes, Songbook Sunday. Now, this will be the start of the song that I've made a little short for a long while ago called Soul Soul, right? But it is a older one. It's still very much incomplete, but I have the entire guideline down for it now. But yes. The song itself is, and it's very much incomplete. I pretty much only have the first verse and all the choruses already lined up. I'm still missing verse 2 and probably a verse 3, or maybe even like a feature designated cutout for it. But at least it's gonna need at least 3 verses. So I need 2 more verses and everything on it for Soul Soul. That I already have a little snippet clip of the chorus out for. That aside, yes, it is Songbook Sunday, so let's go ahead right in. This will be a little brief go over on the basically reason and rationale I had when I started making it. But this would be a summer 2019 initial creation that I edited a little bit earlier on this year. Fall of this year. So, yeah. Because this is in my very, very, very old songbook notebook. And particularly one that I didn't even really have on the regular. This one came out of storage. 2019 storage. So I really had like very no knowledge on it. But when I did start rereading it, I remembered all the reasons and all the things I put on it and why. So, further ado, let me get into it. So this particular song, Soul Soul, was very much based on a sermon I went to. It was a Sunday service, and the sermon was being taught from an evangelist in my family. So, of course, I was taking notes and paying attention to my family member up there on the pew teaching the congregation. Of course, I'm going to listen to them, most certainly. And even if I'm not fully listening and processing, I'm writing down words so I could bring up talking points of interest, right? It's like I will be darned if they try to ask me questions after they just did a whole 2-3 hour service and I don't remember a gosh darn lick of nothing they said. Oh yeah, what was your favorite part about my sermon? Oh no, I'm not getting myself in trouble like that. So of course I put some notes down, and yes, it was an evangeline in my family, and it was good. But particularly, they preached on St. Matthew chapter 16, verse 21 through 26. And I'm not going to read that verse at all, but the essential question for the basis of her entire sermon was, what's your soul worth? What's it to you? What's your soul worth and what's it to you? That was the essential question. And the basis of the entire sermon was thus hence based off the 3 sentences that came out of that essential question. Number 1, we must all burden our crosses to resist temptation. 2, we must all bear the cross in order to mind the fact that you are called to be sanctified. And 3, we must all bear the cross and meditate where you are and know whom has your soul. And again, with all my songs, at least 90% of them, all of them start with a little biblical reference, just or some sort of Lord or God or Satan relevance to any form of anyone's Bible or Quran. There is one in there for at least 90% of every one of my songs. Just because, like, you gotta put the Lord first. You gotta put the Lord first, right? So even on songs that don't seem like it sounds like it, it is very much genuinely in there. You just have to look deeper in order to try and find it. But at the start of pretty much any and every song, there's a lording aspect that puts whatever Lord you believe in first, right? So I digress. What's your soul worth? What's it to you? Gonna get in that first sentence. This is the song that says, what's your soul worth? What's it to you? Let me talk on it right now. Matter of fact, let me get back to say, what's your soul worth and what's it to you? Hallelujah. Right? Soul. We must all burden our cross to resist temptation. Now that first sentence right there, the entire song really delves into this aspect of a man who's singing this song and pouring his heart out, just try to basically talk about the things he's going through in life. Just get it off his chest, if you will. So he's really pouring out his whole heart and soul, going over it, talking about the temptations he's going through. Like in verse 1, he's talking about women, his lust, and then I do have a gigolo reference in there to further the fact of money and lust. There's the temptation to do wrong instead of right, the temptation of this, temptation of that you see more of. I want to say in verse 3, I believe it was, right? But yes. And then there's the second line, bear the cross to mind the fact that you're called to be sanctified. If you don't know what the word sanctified means, all the sanctification or what that could possibly mean, all sanctified is to be set apart as holy from everything else that is considered not to be holy, right? So in layman's terms, that's just if everything is normal and everything, sanctified means put it on different. It doesn't necessarily have to be put on a pedestal, but if this is all normal, you need to be over here, sanctified, set apart. Generally, people use the word sanctified or sanctification as a reference to something holy, but it doesn't necessarily have to be holy in order to be sanctified. It doesn't have to be divine. It just has to be set apart from the rest and what is considered normal, right? It just has to be set apart. So in a certain way, and put it in mathematical terms, outliers, outsiders, and stuff like that, those are all sanctified entities because they are set apart. The Triple K clan, that is something that is sanctified apart from everyone else. The Nazi Germany party, they sanctified themselves away from all the other lesser races, right? Sanctification is for lack of better words, generally just segregation to different degrees, right? It is another form of segregation, where set apart from everything and everyone else. You must be sanctified in the will of something that you believe is right and good. The Triple K people definitely thought they were right and good, so they sanctified themselves away from everyone else. The Germany party also believed that they were of the superior variety, and they sanctified themselves in ways from everyone else and demanded they be taken all their stuff. The Jewish populace sanctifies itself and its Israelite beliefs and their Jerusalem and their all those other things. They label themselves Jews because they are called to be sanctified and separated from effectively everything else. Not to say anything of it is good, not to say any of it's bad. I certainly will not be saying that I support any aspect of any of it. Just that is the explanation for the word sanctify, right? It's to set apart and set differently. Bear the cross to mind the fact that you are called to be sanctified. And then the third one. Oh, let me go back. But yes, called to be sanctified. So throughout the song, the male singer expressing their story here, they are really reminiscing on this fact that they are sanctified, or at least supposed to be sanctified, and the fact of the circle-like thought process that they're going through on how they are set apart in various ways. They set them apart from everything else. Like, hey, I do believe in a Lord. I do believe in this. I do believe in that. But at the same time, temptation is really here. I know, I'm gonna separate myself out of it. You know what? I can't separate myself out of it. Guess what? Temptation got me. Temptation. But you know what I can do? I can always meditate and recognize that we are called to be sanctified. So I'll make it easier on anyone and everyone else by being a test taker. Know what? Not a test taker. I'm gonna be a test hander, passer, outer. Right? I'm gonna test everyone for you guys, so you all know exactly who is trustworthy, who is reliable, and who else is being good in their will and their belief that they should remain sanctified. Everyone who fails the test, all the women who are failing the test of sanctification and this and that, when they come to me and they indulge in my promiscuous practices, they are thus inherently unsanctified and not worthy of any of you. And hashtag the catch-22 in here is the fact that I'm good at passing out these tests that no one can pass. I am rather good at it, right? So he's like, oh gee whiz, that's the catch-22. Desanctifying all these people. I'm getting them to indulge in the practices of multiple people and promiscuity and this and that. I'm doing the catch-22 test that reveals that somehow no one at all is sanctified because I'm getting and convincing them to take part in this test. And really, the moment you take the test, you're bound to fail. Had you never taken the test, you might have had an opportunity to make an argument that, hey, you're good. But both sides, it's too bad, right? So, especially in verse 1, especially where I really make that obvious about the catch-22 and the fact that that's the lifestyle he's living. And then I go back to like, verse 2, like, he's finally decided to settle down, kinda-ish. And he's with this one person. He sanctified himself. It's like, okay, I can do it. I found the right person who didn't fall for the test and anything. So I'm seek him out. And when he was, gosh darn it, I sanctified myself to and for the wrong person. Shoot. I gave my sanctification, my passion, my time, my efforts, and all this to the wrong person. That sucks, right? Which leads us to point number 3. Bear your cross and meditate where you are, what you are, on knowing that who has your soul. So the whole song, from beginning to end, is all this, who has your soul? What is your soul worth? And what is it to you, right? But throughout the narrative in the song, this guy is coming to realize, yeah, I broke my heart into pieces, had it shattered, and gave my soul away. Here, there, everywhere. Gave my heart to the wrong girl, gave my soul and my compassion to all the wrong things. and it's really getting to me. It's really screwing me up, unfortunately. So he's recognizing it, he's noticing it, and he's like, "Dog, shoot, man, it's really sucky." So he's recognizing and meditating on it throughout this entire song. What is my soul worth? And what's it to me? What's it to the person I'm giving my soul and my time and stuff to? So, in the devil's advocate capacity, I really put a twist on it, because you can give your soul and yourself to whatever God you believe in, or to whatever hell, condemn it to whatever hell you believe in. Or you can try to keep it to yourself and end up in limbo, is what it is, right? So when I was thinking devil's advocate, it was really more so from the movie Devil's Advocate, where Keanu Reeves played a lawyer, and a defense lawyer at that, defending criminals here, there, and everything, or whatever one it was. He was playing a lawyer. The whole movie was centered around the courthouse and his temptation to give in to bribes, give in to wrongness here and there, to do what is wrong or to do what is right. And the really tempting aspect that I brought into there, especially for that final line, was the fact that temptation is never giving up. And you kind of see that at the end of the Devil's Advocate movie as well, where at the very end he comes back to be like, "Hey, I can do a little more for you. I'm gonna give you another chance to give in to temptation," right? Where earlier in the life of this masculine lead singing the song Soul Soul for me, they really depicted the fact that they gave in to temptation, they came out of it. They gave in to temptation, they came out of it. Here they are towards the end of their life. They're trying to reflect on their life, meditate, and do better, make a better choice, because they realize my soul is still in the hands of someone who shouldn't have it. So, do I give in to temptation, or do I do what is right? But naturally, because it is a man, you're going to make some stupid decisions. So instead of trying to get back his soul, he's going to go down the thought process of temptation yet again, but in a different way, where he's directly giving it to money. Conflating the two of what's your soul worth, what's it to you? Well, I think my soul is worth a bit more, so instead of taking my soul out of their hands, I'm going to ask, demand, and hope I can get a better price despite already having sold my soul. I already sold my soul. I just think I deserve more money out of this transaction here. I do believe my soul is worth a bit more than I don't care if the Lord has it. I don't care if some demon has it. I just think I deserve a bit more something in my pocket, in my life experience, for what I believe my soul to have been worth. I'm sure my soul is worth a little more benefits for me to be experiencing and whatnot. So, no, I don't care about the soul. You can have it, you can keep it. I already gave it away. I just want more, right? So yes, what's your soul worth? What's it to you? Was the essential question. And then we must burden our cross to resist temptation and bear the cross, to mind the fact that you're called to be sanctified and bear the cross, and meditate wherever you are, knowing whom has your soul. And the main character for this song, effectively, the only thing he wasn't doing was minding and knowing who has his soul. Because if the right person had his soul, he could have gotten his proper worth out of it. But he didn't. So he just kept getting bad results and going into relapsing phases of it. But yes, that has been the basis of the song Soul Soul from my Sunday service with a family Evangeline who preached on Matthew 16, 20, 21 through 26. Matthew 16, verse 21 through 26 on Sunday, June 9th of 2019. That inspired me to write this song without any beats or tempo to go off of on June 10th, 2019. That very next day on Monday at, 6 a.m.? Let me turn this page. Yes, 6:37 a.m. Yep. Went to church on Sunday on June 9th. Monday morning at 6:37 a.m. I'm producing songs to the lyrics I heard. And it wasn't until much later that I actually put a beat to it. Believe. So, hey. That's just me. Your Millennium Mailman. If you like, comment, share, subscribe, whatever. Do what you will. Dislike the video if you actually absolutely hated my everything. But hey, enjoy. Peace.